Hello, we're Team Animeishness here in the middle of Superhero Month. I'm Aeris-Blue.
I'm Yakamasu Gimidamazu.
Yako.
And this is Div.
And I am Div.
And today we are going to be looking at the recently released Deadpool. This is going to be our first time reviewing a movie while it's still in theaters, which might be good, might be bad. We here at Team Animeishness hate doing summaries, so we draw cards. Low card gives summary, high card gets first opinion.
I've got an 8.
King.
3.
Hey!
Again, it's your month for summaries, Div. Well, what is Deadpool about?
Let me spell it for you. Sheer hilarity, raunchiness.
No, the plot. Not your opinion, but
It is! That is the plot. Hilarity, raunchiness, mixed with a little bit of justice.
You have issues with that word.
I have issues with that word. I think Deadpool would have issues with that word.
No?
No?
He follows his own.
His own personal
His own
justice.
form of justice.
Alright, anyways, I got the high card, I'll give first opinion, where I do absolutely enjoy much of the humor. It was just a little too much guy humor for me. I was wanting some jokes to break up all the masturbation jokes, and after a point, it turned into nothing but masturbation jokes.
Okay.
And I was looking for something to break that up. And as far as the jokes go, I was, like a lot of people say, expecting more of them and a larger variety. But I don't have a problem with what we got. As far as the plot's concerned, it was very concise, straightforward, and to the point.
Right up
Minus
Main Street.
all the million of fourth wall breaks that brought you in and out of the story. But that's Deadpool.
I have next high card. I liked the movie a lot. I was laughing my butt off. I thought I liked all the humor, even when it was particularly,
Raunchy?
of that caliber. And I was really pleasantly surprised that the plot did flow so well. I remember as I began learning more about the character, I was thinking, this is just going to be nothing but jokes. Are we going to get any plot at all? And if we do, is it going to be a jumbled mess? And it did kind of go back and forth out of order, but it was calculated. And so I feel like the plot was really strong and held its own throughout, even with all of his interference.
I just broke a fourth wall inside the fourth wall. That's like breaking 16 walls.
Going right up Main Street doing it. I absolutely love this one. I think this is like my second favorite hero, aside from Iron Man.
Ooh, above Batman?
Above Batman.
Woo! Okay, note taken.
I guess it's because I enjoyed the raunchy humor. You didn't really get that in a lot of the other superhero movies because you had...
Brooding is typical.
Yeah.
It was either sarcastical, self-indulgent humor, or it was sarcastical, raunchy, my kind of humor.
And in other movies, you just get either brooding silence or mean comment.
And then you get Deadpool, who is... He broods, but he doesn't do it silently.
Oh no.
And
I'm gonna spell it out for you.
And he just... I spent like 90% of this movie just going, please don't let this be the end of it, because it was so hilarious. And especially that little tidbit after the credits was even great.
Yeah.
We'd mentioned in our Avengers review how we really loved all the one-liners, how quick-witted it is. This is like the Avengers humor on crack.
This is like extremely quick-witted. Like, it was like not even a moment's pause before he was coming out with something, a little shake-weighty.
So let's real quickly talk about our favorite characters. We will leave Deadpool as a general one later. So is there any secondary supporting cast you'd like to mention?
I like all the supporting cast.
The taxi driver.
The fact that this movie made you even like the random taxi driver.
We've decided that guy is in every taxi through all the rest of any Marvel movie. We want that guy to be the driver.
He was fantastic. He was like the best taxi
The
driver.
acting on it was spot on. He was just awkward enough to make everything and anything he said completely believable.
High five.
Mr. Deadpool.
Mr. Pooh.
Mr. Pooh. I really liked Colossus in this. He's one that I'd seen in a couple of the X-Men, and when I talked to the guys at work about it, they both hated him. 2 bits and pieces because he was so proper, and for me, I found the juxtaposition between Deadpool and Colossus absolutely hilarious. Especially there's a scene, spoiler, he covers up a girl's boobs so you don't see it. Don't worry, you get more than enough boobs earlier on in the movie.
You really
but just that one covering
It's
up.
just like, oh, you are a very beautiful woman.
It was just hilarious. And Colossus is exactly like Colossus is supposed to be. He was big, he looked like himself, he was proper, he was Russian, he was a gentleman. He was the character.
Okay, I thought it was so hilarious. They took this like black sheep of superheroes in the Marvel community, and then they got 2 X-Men, which you never hear of throughout the entire X-Men series.
Well,
That's not
Colossus
true.
is actually pretty popular. He
I know,
commonly
but you
is
don't
on-
see him in the movies. They took
I think he's in one of them.
one, maybe, but he's not a prominent
Yeah.
character. And so they're like, we're just going to shove these 2 in this one.
The actual, what is her name? Nobody on the internet have I seen.
Tweeting girl.
Tweeting girl. Nobody on the internet have I seen review this actually knows what to call her. It's like, subnucleonic teen something?
Tweeting girl. She's just tweeting
Okay,
girl.
Tweeting girl. I've never heard of her. I know quite a bit about comic books and stuff. I'd never heard of her before.
I also love her character. She's so...
All of the characters in this were definitely polished to a T, whether they be one shot or more so. The guy that gets in a fight in a bar is a character. They mention him twice.
Also, the bartender.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You can't...
Everyone needs a friend like
He
that.
was like... He was surrounded by all these, like, outlawish, burly guys, and he was like the geek that everyone protected.
And then, the owl,
Yeah.
his roommate.
Just trying to put together IKEA furniture. Tripping over Roombas and crap.
So the highlights of this movie is definitely the humor. It's something we don't normally see. It being R-rated was also nice, being able to drop whatever language they wanted to without Captain
much
America popping in and going, language!
And then I'd say then secondary to that, I guess, was the acting for all the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was also just because of that humor, that lightheartedness, and that every time he interacted with a character, it made me like them more.
Yeah, a lot of times, especially with superhero movies, the background characters are very easy to ignore, just to shove off as exposition that they don't really need.
So yeah, we liked all those characters we mentioned, and I feel it's worth mentioning his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
She was a really likable character.
And it's interesting because she is so much like Deadpool and yet still entirely her own character.
Yeah, I mean, she's still not got that level of insanity, but she's just the right amount of crazy for him. And so
They complete each other.
I've heard a lot of people complain that the romance seemed forced. I
didn't see it was
that
forced
at
at
all.
all. I thought it was actually...
So do you
it
want to
was-
put some balls in holes?
I thought it actually... They complemented each other
Okay.
very well.
Mhm.
I don't feel like you could have put 2 more perfect people together.
yeah, because if you'd originally just been like, all right, so try to think of a perfect girlfriend for Deadpool, I'd just been like,
Deadpool's his own girlfriend.
Ponytail? I don't think Deadpool would like Deadpool. In all
Probably not.
honesty.
So-
There's, Deadpool
And then
kills,
there's
like,
his
9 million copies
girlfriend
of himself,
who's
but
like
whatever.
basically Deadpool without a mask
Mhm.
and doesn't look like a topical.
So, rating.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm the lowest one out of the group. Spoiler alert. But I'm gonna give it an 8. If only I have troubles thinking of exactly why. I think it was just because the slew of jokes kind of overshadowed the plot, but there wasn't enough of them to make it an entire movie on its own. Some of the references were in gags that I didn't get.
So Stan Lee wasn't enough to bump
No.
it up to a 9.
Stan Lee can almost drop. Stan Lee lost 0.5. That was the best Stan Lee cameo ever, but I'm never going to be able to see Stan Lee the same again. Make sure you pay attention and find the Stan Lee cameo when you go see this movie.
Oh yeah, very hidden, very subtle.
Very subtle.
So,
So I gave it an 8.
I'm going to go ahead and award this movie a 10. I had such a blast watching it. And it's one that I remember had talked about before, I'll like seeing it maybe once. I don't know if I'll watch it again. I can't wait to watch that movie again. It was so much fun to watch it, and it was great to get to see it with friends.
I give it a 10 out of... Okay, this movie has changed my mind about Deadpool. I played the game, hated Deadpool, like hated him with a burning passion. After I saw
Just because she'd want to take breaks, and Deadpool would tell her no.
That's a whole nother episode.
Let's not have another Koga rant.
But after seeing the movie, he bumped Batman down to number 3, and he's right under Iron Man.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Right up Main Street?
Okay. You can tell what parts we like.
That gives us a 9 out of 10 chapless assless chap-wearing unicorns.
This is Animeishness signing off.
And we will see you in the next video. Later.
I can go home.